Hey guys, so this is my newest puzzle, the 6x6 Super Barrel. And I decided to go with an 8-color sticker scheme on this, which was inspired by Crazy Bad Cuber's 8x8 Super Barrel, which had this type of sticker scheme on it. And I thought it looked really awesome, so I wanted to make one in that same style. So it does make it look a lot cooler, I think, but it also adds an extreme challenge to the solve. Like I learned from watching that video first, that there's many different solved states that this has. Like that's one and this is another. Where if you just turn it like a 2x2, or technically like a 2x2x1 by always doing 180 degrees here and you can still do 90 degrees here, there's a lot of different solved states it has, so you have to make up your own sticker scheme on all the sides when you solve it. So if you didn't already notice by looking at this, the main difference actually between how I built this and most other barrel puzzle mods you'll see is that I actually extended out every side before barreling it, which actually eliminates any Olsing effect on the edges that you almost always get that on these barrel mods, where you know the edges will be really weird shapes and you'll get a lot of little small pieces, which isn't a problem at all. I just wanted to experiment with this and see how it turned out, and I really like that. You know, there's just straight lines up and down in every single piece. You know, on these sides is either square or rectangle, and just in general I think it looks a lot cleaner. And technically I guess I could have just extended 4 sides, these 4 here, and barreled it that way, but what that would mean is when you turned it this way it wouldn't be square anymore. What I mean by that is if you take this axis here all the way through, you know, of course, or that one, and turn it like this, these pieces are perfectly flush. If I didn't extend every side the same, then one of these would be a lot higher than the other. This blue one would be a lot higher than the red and yellow there. But when you do it this way, I think it makes for a really cool shape. So yeah, when you extend out all sides, it lets you be able to have this shape when you make a 90-degree turn here. And actually I just realized you could actually solve it into this state too. And obviously I've never actually messed this up, I've never scrambled it yet. But you could actually consider this a solved state and solve it that way. It would be a lot more difficult because, like this center for example, this blue-green half of it is flat, and then the purple-white is the barrel section. Same sort of thing here. This is barreled and this is not. And yeah, so here, this center would be kind of like your other ones where both sides are barreled. It would be normal. But you'd have a lot of these split. So that might be an interesting solve to try at some point. And as for patterns, this is a 5x5 standard checkerboard, you know, where you just don't split apart the middle layers. But on this, because the middle layers by color are already split apart, they're never the same, it actually looks pretty cool. So, you know, you can tell how, you know, the green on the corner there and the light blue in the corner there is in a pattern, but from a glance it just kind of looks like, you know, a really uniform scramble. And of course, this is only one possible checkerboard pattern, where if you just started the checkerboard from a different one of the solved states, then it would actually look a lot different than this. And when I zoom up close here, you can notice that every single corner of every piece has been cut off. And that's just generally something I do mostly because it allows the stickers not to peel nearly as quickly, and they last a lot longer. And you know, just because I'm doing this by hand, it takes a really long time, so I'd like it to last as long as possible. And I'll go through a full scramble now, and in this direction I'll start with just 180-degree turns. That way we see a non-shape-shifting scramble before we get into all the shape-shifting, which obviously this is a shape-shifting puzzle, as you'll see very soon. So yeah, here's what an unshape-shifted scramble looks like. And I think just adding those extra 2 colors of having both the light and dark blues and the purple makes a big difference. I mean, just it looks a lot more colorful than normal. And it also looks pretty cool if you just offset a lot of the layers like this. It gets kind of a neat effect if you turn it like this. So here we go with the full scramble. And I'll start from this shape, why not? And turn it like this. And again, we can use these bigger pieces as a guide. So that looks like a pretty thorough scramble. Yeah, I can tell this is going to be a really hard solve. But it should be pretty interesting too. And yeah, I'll zoom up a little closer here so you can get a better look at all the stickers there and all the different heights of the pieces. So, like right here, for example, this orange piece is going to be on a flat side and this is going to be on one of the barreled sides. They're pretty close in shape, but just enough that you can tell that those will have to be on different sides. Same thing with the blue here. This will be a barreled piece and this won't be. So I think I'm going to go solve this thing now. If you guys ever want to see a walkthrough solve of this type of thing, let me know if you'd be interested in seeing that. So if you guys want to stay updated on what I'm currently working on, go ahead and check out my Facebook page. I'll be posting a lot of pictures and short videos on what I'm currently working on and the building process and stuff like that. So yeah, my 7x7 video will be coming out soon, and thanks for watching.